He's not the first. It's about to get tricky.
Yeah, they put like Martin Lawrence face on Native American person. Harmony and some other ones too.
Okay. All right, Akim. We live. All right, let's go ahead and clap it up. Most High in Christ. Good to see y'all in the building. You understand? Most High in Christ, the water for the sisters for bringing food tonight. For the brothers and the sisters, the water for y'all being in the building. We're gonna go ahead and get things straight into it. Questions in the room, questions online, right?
So, sir, I wanted to ask you what you think about Poland is preparing to be invaded by Russia.
Okay, I didn't see that update. Is that what you sent me, or no? You said I know you sent me a few things.
I sent you a few things, but I don't think I sent you that one. But in particular, apparently Poland is preparing to be invaded by Russia. Apparently, at their border, they are building. They pretty much already built it. They built these big ditches and these huge concrete columns,
right,
to where they can't get in. It's going to be very hard to difficult and try to invade them on ground. And they're building that stuff up, and they're training their soldiers to defend the land if they were to invade them.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna say is Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah. You know what I mean? Give it up for the Lord and the angels. You know what I mean? Putting this spirit on these men like Vladimir Putin to be bold and want to seek power against this empire. You know what I mean? All it is a move against. I'm sure Poland is a part of NATO, correct? So we can Google it just to double check. I'm sure they're part of NATO because that's what the sides are. Poland, and let's double check. Poland is a member of NATO and has joined since 1999. So once again, now that's another aggressive front. So just from what you're saying and knowing a little bit about the politics, them making a move on Poland is really like, do something, America. It's like, do something, European Union. Like whoever is a part of NATO, they're pushing that line because what the big issue with the Ukraine was, the Ukraine has been asking to become a member of NATO. And NATO has an alliance with all these different countries and nations. And so if America allows Ukraine into NATO, then what has to happen? See y'all eat, so you know what I mean. But yeah, I won't ask too much questions after that. I'll let y'all eat your.
What was the question again?
Like if Ukraine was allowed to join NATO, see what America is doing is almost nigh to a proxy war. So they got Ukraine's back, but they don't want Ukraine to join NATO, and it's for a specific reason. Because NATO has an alliance with all these nations. So basically. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, and if not, then I'm gonna let y'all.
So, apparently, what I was told was that Russia doesn't like NATO.
Right, of course.
And apparently, that's why. Apparently, what was happening was that Ukraine wanted to join NATO.
Correct.
And pretty much that was one of the main reasons why Russia had invaded Ukraine.
Exactly, because they're not in NATO yet. But
exactly.
If they were a part of NATO, what would have to happen? What is NATO? If you know what I mean, you wanna go ahead and Google it. Unless you got to go ahead, Mokan.
So they would have to go to war.
Exactly. With who?
With every member of NATO.
Exactly. Get a brother hand. So the Ukraine is sitting here is like they want to be under the protection of America. They want to be America's little homie. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to be affiliated. How the UPK say? We're not affiliated with any fake Israelite group. NATO is like a big unity camp. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, we're together. If you part of NATO, I got your back. If somebody mess with you, I'm jumping in. If anybody hit my brother, I'm jumping in. And it's a fair one. Anybody hit him, and we all getting into it. That's how NATO is. They saying they got each other's back. But Ukraine is on the borderline. They're like, okay, we're not officially in, but we down with y'all. And so America is backing Ukraine inadvertently, sending weapons to them, but not like on an official, we're in the war with you. They're like, you got it on your own. That's why Donald Trump was able to like pump the president of Ukraine in front of the world. He's just like, nah, man, you need to get it together. You need to do what we're telling you. Give us these resources in order for us to keep helping you. Other than that, we ain't got no contract together. We're not brothers. We're not in this confederacy together. You could be on your own because you're not down. But Vladimir Putin messing with Poland, now Poland's already in NATO. So that is going to force America to have to make a move. You see what I'm saying? That's going to force these other nations that are in NATO to have to join in and start really going to war. So that's one more step, one more piece of the puzzle of them poking the bear or really showing they're not scared of America anymore as it used to be or they used to appear to be. You know what I mean? So just from what you're saying, that's what I would take on that. You know what I mean? All right. Got something?
So I got a question on the book of 2 John, chapter 1, verse 10.
2 John chapter 1, verse 10. I'll do the best of my ability to answer it. And you know,
Specifically, my question is, what's like in chapter?
no, I was just gonna say something, but I'll speak on that at a different time.
So specifically, it was when it says to any unto, so again, if there come any unto you that bring not this doctrine, receive him not. Is that talking about people that reject this truth, or is it talking about people that teach something different?
All right, let's go ahead and get it.
Okay.
No, go ahead. Ask your question.
So I just want to like, is this just everyone that's not in the truth, or is it specific people? That's my question.
All right, let's go into let's go to verse 7.
Okay, this is the book of 2 John, chapter 1, and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
For many deceivers are entered into the world,
Right.
who confess not that Yahweh Mashiach is come in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
This is a deceiver and an antichrist.
Right. So there are many different forms of deceivers. You think about it today, people all want to be spiritual. I think Monique just came out and said that she don't believe in God because God got too many rules. I just saw that little post this morning. I'm like, damn, she's showing you she into witchcraft, she into these crystals, whatever she believes in herself. Like when someone says they're spiritual, who is their God?
Them.
Exactly. Get them, brother. Right? That's the reason why people want to be spiritual, because you make the rules. If you think it's okay to smoke weed, then that's the law of God. If you think it's okay to be a homosexual, that's the law you're going to live by. If you think it's okay to sell dope, you know, they really got people in the cartel that pray to angels and all these demons in order to help them bring heroin into the country, to bring fentanyl, to make sure that package of cocaine makes it to where it needs to go. Like when you are spiritual, your God is your God. So there are many different types of deceivers. There are Christian deceivers, Buddhist deceivers. Just anybody that teaches something that goes against Christ is an antichrist and a liar because they're not speaking the truth. Keep going.
Verse 8. Look to yourselves that we lose not those things which we have wrought.
Right.
But that we receive a full reward.
Right.
Verse 9.
One more time.
Look to yourselves that we lose not those things which we have wrought, but that we receive a full reward.
Right. So this is like trying to arm them spiritually. Like guard yourself, protect yourself. These different things that have come to you, don't let that sway you and get you out of the truth. Someone bringing you this information or trying to show you something new, don't fall to the wayside by following these things, man. Hold on to the traditions, hold on to the things you were taught. Even you see how the school was attacked at different times. Brothers were coming in, they start to try to teach other things that Commander Johanna knew that we were not taught. It says, what does Christ say? Even the very elect might be deceived, right? Go ahead.
Verse 9. Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Christ hath not God.
Right, have not the Most High. Whoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Yahweh Shai Mashiach have not the Most High. Keep reading.
He that abideth in the doctrine of Christ, he hath both the Father and the Son.
Right. He's going to maintain and do the mission that Christ taught. He's going to teach the law, statutes, and commandments. He's going to teach true righteousness and baptism through fire. Not what we see in the Christian church. Like, man, I know I posted a thing on TikTok. This cat in the Christian church was adamant that Christ wasn't a black man. And the crowd started just screaming. And they love him for it. Like, how dare you say Christ was a black man? Like, give me that white Jesus back. Just like in the TV show, Captain Zarek always talks about it. What was it, Good Times? When he tried to show mom the black Christ, she was offended in it. And that's how they were. Like, once you start changing these things, clearly the Father is not in you. You're not in the Father, right? Keep going on.
Come, verse 10. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house.
Right.
Neither bid him Godspeed.
Right. So, in your specific question, is you're saying, is this just anyone in the world? Explain this a little bit more. I just want to make sure I understand the question right.
Like anyone that isn't accepting the fact that I should be given on the truth that Black, natives, and Hispanics are the children of God, that we have to follow his law, statutes, and commandments, that Christ did not do away with the law. Anything that goes against the doctrine that is taught here in this school, would they be considered someone that we could not say Godspeed to, or Lord be with you?
So, okay. From my understanding, when my memory of this breakdown, right, is I asked a question about this with my I have a family member that's part of the LGBT community. Remember, I asked Captain Yadazak when I was in Austin. I'm like, man, she's going to the hospital. You know what I mean? Like, is it okay for me to pray for her? You understand? He was like, she knows the truth. She knows what you believe. She knows what the Bible teaches. For you to pray for her to be in health is like wishing her Godspeed. So he was like, nah, you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she needs to go through this to experience that, to want to turn around and come into the truth. If not, we don't want to basically make people feel good in their sin. Like, you know how Christians love to do that all the time. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what someone is doing, they are willing to say we all fall short of the glory. Like, nah, that's not how it's supposed to be. Now, in the context of this having to do with a doctrine, someone coming in and bringing another doctrine, that will relate more to like a fake Israelite. Like someone either trying to come in and change the things that we've been taught, you got to get rid of them for sure. Read it again.
Verse 10.
Right.
If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house.
Right.
Neither bid him Godspeed.
Right. And so when we say Lord be with you, there's two versions of that because we black and Hispanic. Like, there's a Lord be with you, like genuinely, the brothers in the hospital, Lord be with you. And there's another Lord be with you, like Lord be with you, because if he's not, you're done. You know what I'm saying? So certain times we say that it's not the same as this Godspeed. There's a context in what we saying. But literally to wish someone that's living evil and sinful, nah, you shouldn't wish them to be well. You got to warn them, precept. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 3:16.
There you go. You want to pull it? Somebody pull it. And I got one more, Titus 3:10. Now, you meet someone at camp. If from the spirit, what I'm hearing behind your question is, it like, man, F everybody in the world and don't help them out. You know that's not true. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between someone that has a well understanding and someone that is just suffering and battling. Because if that was the case, none of us would be in the truth. You understand? Because we all fought it, we all battled, we all disagreed, we all were taught something different. We were the ones that were going against it, but the people that were correcting us, they didn't wish us to do well in our sin. They didn't wish us Godspeed. they wish that you would come into the truth and learn. So I got another precept for that too. But I'll just paraphrase it. You know what I mean? My prayer is that all Israel shall be saved. Right? You know what I'm saying? They have a zeal for God, but not according to knowledge. So go ahead. What you got?
This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 19.
Right.
Yet, if thou warn the wicked,
Mhm.
and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity.
Yeah, right. Get the brother here. That's a perfect precept. Like, you got to warn the wicked and the evil. If they're not hearing you, then yeah, we're not wishing them Godspeed. Lord be with you, because you're going to need the Lord to be with you in the way you live. Because this is what's going to happen to you. We're going to tell you that the Lord is against you. If you're not with us, you're against us. You understand? And we know the rest of that precept. Like, if we don't warn them, then we're going to have that blood on our hands. But once we teach them the truth, they have to take it and understand it. If not, they're trying to teach another doctrine, whatever it is, and we're not allowed to wish them like Godspeed in that sense. However, we have in brotherhood for them by teaching them the truth. And sometimes, like you were saying before, like the brotherhood is not whooping your ass. The brotherhood is not killing you. Like, we don't have to be best friends and you coming into my house, you in the world, you and always in constant disagreement. I don't have friends. You know what I'm saying? I have people that I knew in the world, but I wouldn't really consider them my friends. I only have brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's what this precept is also alluded to. Read that one I had in Titus.
Titus
3 and 10.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 3, and verse 10. A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition is admonition reject. So okay, sir.
Right. What does that mean?
A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonish. I'm not sure what the definition of admonition is.
Okay. So I want to look it up. What's a heretic?
So like a heretic is someone that follows something other than the truth.
Correct. In other words, someone that teaches against the doctrine. Right. To admonish. Right. Anybody got it? What's the definition of admonition?
Titus.
Yeah.
The definition of admonition is noun, mild, kind, yet earnest reproof, cautionary advice or warning, or gentle or friendly reproof, counseling against a fault or error,
Right.
expression of authoritative advice.
Right. So let's say, you know what I mean, this brother, you meet him on the streets and he's trying to go against the doctrine of the truth. You give him one correction, two corrections. You understand? Three corrections, depending on, you know what I'm saying, the spirit or someone that's maybe in your family. After that, just don't even deal with it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to keep coming here trying to explain to. A lot of times when we are young in the truth, we want to battle all of our family members every time. You know what I mean? Every goddamn event, or you at the funeral trying to break down John 3:16 to your cousin that just already is locked in with being a Christian. You told him the way, you told him the truth. You don't have to keep going back. After that, you just reject him in that sense. We're not gonna wish you Godspeed. You got the truth, you know where to find me. You want to look into it some more. But if you want to keep doing this vain argument, I don't have time to do that with you. If you got any questions, call in the class. Go ahead.
So, okay, so Godspeed is separate, is different than Lord be with you?
No, okay. It is Godspeed. It is the same thing. The way we use it in the truth is we use it in two different contexts. It's kind of like, what's the other word? I remember when I first came in, one y'all said it. He was like, damn. It's damn near like shalom. Shalom can have a different context in the tone of way you're saying it. Ah, man, that's another one we use all the time. But go ahead. some word we use is like 4 different ways you can say it.
That ain't what Jeremy Muhammad said.
Which one?
Jeremy Muhammad would say it's either 2 ways.
Mhm.
He said genuinely, like you said,
Mhm.
or if he said Lord be with you, this means F you.
Right. No, I'm saying some words that we use like shalom can have a different context in how you saying it.
Oh yeah, God.
You know what I mean? Like certain words that we say, depending on the way you saying it, can mean something different at that point.
Right.
So Lord be with you in this sense is talking about Godspeed. So I would never say, I don't want to confuse you more. I would just keep Godspeed as it is. When we say Lord be with you, it is. Sometimes it is a genuine Lord be with you. Other times it's damn near not to a threat. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we going around in circles now. Your questions be easy. It's always fun to rock with Mo. But anything else?
Council, I have the second question.
Go ahead, let's get
the
it.
Book of Corinthians, chapter 13.
Corinthians chapter what?
Chapter 13 and verse 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse verse 9.
Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 9. Let's get to it.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 9. For we are glad when we are weak, and ye are strong. And this also we wish, even your perfection. I just wanted to get the breakdown on what exactly, like how would you break down to someone why it's saying that we are glad when we are weak and ye are strong.
Let's go up to verse 7.
Come on, verse 7. Now I pray to God that ye do no evil, not that we should appear approved, but that ye should do that which is honest, though we be as reprobates. Verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Verse 9. For we are glad when we are weak, and ye are strong. And this also we wish, even your perfection.
Right, go to verse 10.
Verse 10. Therefore I write these things being absent, lest being present I should use sharpness, according to the power which the Lord hath given me to edification and not to destruction.
So, all right. This is he's writing this letter, right? Let's go to let's give it one more context. The God comes in among the two. Let's just start from verse 1. I'll bring it all the way down.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 1. This is the third time I am coming to you. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall every word be established.
Right. So he's coming in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. What is that? That's like a council. He's coming. They got these issues going on. He's coming out there, and he's like warning them about this. Go ahead.
Verse 2. I told you before and foretell you as if I were present the second time, and being absent now, I write to them which heretofore have sinned, and to all other that if I come again, I will not spare.
I will not what?
Spare.
Keep going. Like he said, I didn't check you on this once. I didn't check you on this twice. I'm not there, but now I'm coming, and this time it's going to be no mercy. I'm not going to spare you in this trip. And if you've ever seen the general go to different zones, it's got some whole other stuff going on. When he come there, it's going down. Like even I remember it was a big trip to the UK. Man, it seemed like half the school went to the UK. Badgehana went, generals was going, captains was going. Oh, damn, it was right after Passover. We wanted to get there. Come to find out, they got there and kicked the captain out of school. You know what I'm saying? He was smoking weed and doing some weird stuff. Like, that is what we're looking at right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing things, and I'm telling y'all this stuff needs to stop. They were hearing things. They didn't just go there out of no reason. You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, something's going on with this stuff over there. All right, let's go. We're gonna see what the hell's going on. We're gonna make a final judgment. It's gonna be right. Because when we get there, we're not having any mercy. I shouldn't even have to be over here. Why am I over here? You know what I'm saying? We don't want the general to come visit Northern California for any of that. You know what I'm saying? We want them to just come here to teach a class and you know what I'm saying? Enjoy the brotherhood and show them a good time. But that's not how Paul was coming. He's like, this wasn't even on my itinerary.
Right.
I got to come out here because it is. Keep going up.
Come. Verse 3. Since ye seek a proof of Christ speaking in me, which to you is not weak, but is mighty in you.
Right, one more time.
Verse 3. Since ye seek a proof of Christ speaking in me, which to you is not weak, but is mighty in you.
Right. They want to see proof that the Lord is with him to obey him. And he's saying, like, all right, which to you is not weak, but is mighty in you. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. For though he was crucified through weakness, yet he liveth by the power of God.
Right. What do you think this means?
Slugger, sir, I'm not sure.
Take a guess. You know it. Well, how? Okay, sometimes it's right there in front of you. How would you say Christ was crucified in weakness?
Slugger, I don't want to.
What was being crucified? Anybody else want to answer it too? What is being crucified?
So like the church being put to death.
Okay, what's strong about that? Because you always reverse it. What is strong about being crucified?
Strong?
Yes. The opposite of weak is strong.
So when it shows that you have power over life and death over someone?
No, the actual act. He showed weakness in being crucified. Go ahead, sis.
You're going through, like I said, would it be that you're sacrificing yourself and you're going through that pain in which the Most High has gone through, as Israel has left the Most High, and you're pretty much going through the pain in which the Most High has experienced with Israel going to the God.
That's correct, but where is the weakness at? Is this the what? Like, how did Christ show weakness in this moment? I'm saying in the same way. I mean, it's right there. Go ahead.
Salakia, when you mean weakness, you mean like vulnerability?
Correct.
Oh.
Okay, but how did he show it? All right, most likely. I give y'all for time's sake. He didn't fight back. He let him do it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody over here like about to just kill you and you just let them kill you, that's pretty weak. You know what I'm saying? So someone watching it, the Romans, the spirit behind them, look at him like he is a fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do whatever we want to. Look, he ain't fighting back. We spitting on him. We stabbing him. We put the crown on him. We laughing. Hey, give him some wine. It's got poison in it. Put the robe on him. Put the purple robe on him. All these things, they treated him like he was weak because he was letting this thing happen. Read it again.
Verse 3, since ye seek a proof of, it's like verse 4. Verse 4, for though he was crucified through weakness, yet he liveth by the power of God.
Right.
For we also are weak in him.
Right. So we have mercy too. Because we see why we're showing you this brotherhood, even though y'all messing up out here. Even though y'all keep doing these things that are unlawful or against what we're teaching. You know what I'm saying? We have shown you brotherhood. They literally, this what's his name? Rambo Yala is mad because they didn't kick someone out of the school and have mercy on them. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I'm sorry, so I think I'm getting it. So it's saying that they feel mighty because of the mercy that they've been shown by not being punished by Paul.
Right. Exactly. They're getting public. They're just doing reckless things.
And they feel strong because of that.
Right. So you want to go back down to? You starting to get in the context now. So yeah. Verse 7. Let's go to verse 7.
Verse 7. Now I pray to God that ye do no evil.
Right.
not that we should appear approved,
Right.
but that ye should do that which is honest, though we be as reprobates.
Right. So it's like, I pray that you get it right. I don't have to come out here and deal with this thing. You know what I mean? And I want to be wrong. You know what I mean? Let me be wrong and y'all do what's right. And, you know, keep going.
On verse 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth.
Right. We're only going to hold the line. Like, if y'all going, you can't stop what we're doing. And if you're in the way, we got to get you out of the way too. You know what I'm saying? You trying to go against the truth, you're not in the truth, but get kicked out the truth. Keep going.
On verse 9. For we are glad when we are weak,
Right.
and ye are strong.
For we are glad when we are weak and ye are strong. Keep going.
And this also we wish, even your perfection.
Right. So, like, in our mercy that we're having for you, we're glad that we're able to have that mercy and that you able to be strong. You know what I mean? But if that's not building you up to do what's right, then you got to go. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. Therefore I write these things being absent,
Right.
lest being present I
Mhm.
should use sharpness,
Right.
according to the power which the Lord hath given me to
The
edification.
Lord gave me this power to teach, to raise people up. Commander Johanna, General Hyman, teach with authority. Brothers, oftentimes, is almost in fear, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But that's to raise you up. It ain't to destroy you. But that same power that he speaks with, that same authority, keep reading. And not to what?
And not to destruction.
But don't think I won't use it. And then it's, I pray you understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, Paul, like, nigga, if y'all really think that this mercy is weakness, you don't understand Christ.
Right.
If you think this kindness is me being a pushover, you don't understand Christ. Because you're in the same spirit of the Romans. Y'all don't understand that this power was given to me to lift people up and show mercy to the ones that are coming out of the world and becoming new. But it ain't to somebody I put in charge over here and y'all are getting money, taking tithes, and supposed to be leading this and doing that. And they said one brother in another zone was not in here, and I'm talking about the Bible. In this zone, he was sleeping with his father's wife and he's professing to be in the truth. Nah, that is out. You're gonna see me turn into something else. You're gonna find out, you know what I'm saying, that this weakness is not weak. It is powerful to have mercy in that sense. You know what I mean? All right. That's not Christ. All right. All right, let's go to the topic of the night unless there's any questions in the room. Or let me see, let me check online real quick. All right. So to today's class, the title is 4th of July. I didn't want to get tagged and put JEW and lie. You know what I'm saying? I get that from a one y'all. He's always with the puns, man, out in Texas. You know, he's a rapper as well. And he's actually, you know, pretty known in the world, a Houston legend for sure. But he's always using different types of analogies and puns. And the 4th of July, like this is another holiday or holiday that America has promoted and our people have bought into it on a lot of levels. We start to see more and more people wake up, which is why we're in the last days. Like every year, it seems like whether people actually come into the truth or not, they agree with us more. Have y'all noticed that? Like you hear more and more people say, like even at the slavery, I didn't hear this brother like, I'm not celebrating 4th of July. He was like damn near shaming people at the work. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm not celebrating it either. You know what I'm saying? I was like, right. Like this is becoming more and more of understanding. This year, I guarantee it's gonna be more people that are not gonna celebrate Thanksgiving. Like each year, you're starting to see people pull away because there is a falling away from what America is. That's why this internet is like a two-edged sword. It is exposing the truth, even to people that don't fully want to come into the UPK. And the lies that is placed in order to support this place all falling down. And so when I put the Stockholm syndrome, I'm gonna play a quick clip of this, about 2 or 3 minutes. See how much I want to play. I might not play a full clip, but it's talking about Stockholm syndrome. Does anybody want to say any words on what that is before we go and play the video? What y'all know about it? Y'all know about it. Go ahead. So the water for the water too.
So Stockholm syndrome, pretty much like when an abuser starts to have sympathy and empathy for when the victim starts to have sympathy or empathy for the abuser.
That's it right there. All right. We're gonna go a little bit deeper into it. Also, I could put it for the people online too. Sometimes I forget to do that.
You want me to turn on the TV?
You can. Yeah, that might help a little bit too. Y'all can see it. But yeah, Stockholm syndrome. Going into the roots of the word, there was actually somewhere in Stockholm in Europe. I don't know if it's Poland or whatever country Stockholm is at. Denmark. They robbed a bank. Some bank robbers came in. Some people were inside of the bank. They were holding them captive for some time. And after that, I think they started to give the people like food and explain to them why they're here or whatever they needed the money for. And after that, the people that were inside of this robbery, who were victims of this crime, actually were trying to advocate for the robbers. Or they wanted to stand up for them, or they believed like they shouldn't be harmed. And you know what I mean? Damn near shouldn't go to jail for the crime. You know what I mean? And so scientists wanted to study how is it that someone could be a blatant victim of something but support the ones that are victimizing them. All right, so y'all can see it. Let me add this to the screen right here. And blah, 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 blah. But this is very key into understanding why no matter what is going on in the world, like literally, it's a blatant white supremacist in the White House. He is raiding people with ICE. He's sending people to Guantanamo Bay. They built Alligator Island or something. I don't even know what the hell. It's almost hard to keep up with it. You know what I mean? Like they said with Netflix years ago, y'all too young to remember, when Netflix first came out, you could run through Netflix and be like, damn, I don't got nothing to watch. Now they say it's the opposite. Netflix has so much goddamn content. No one can ever watch everything on Netflix. There's not enough hours in a day for you to know everything that's on there. It's feeling like that with this president right now. Like there's so much stuff happening at once. You cannot keep up with how many evil things they're doing. Alligator Island, what the hell? I don't even know what that is. You said they're going to war with Poland. It's so much stuff happening. It's almost hard to keep up with this. You know what I mean?
So they they call it alligator Alcatraz.
Oh, yeah. And what is it? They put alligators in the water. Water. They put alligators in the water around the prison or something, or what is it?
So apparently, it's the same alligators that they fed our babies to with alligator bait. Because a lot of the alligators down there, that's where they pretty much fed our babies to, and pretty much they called it that because they're trying to make a second one for like how we have the Alcatraz out here. They're trying to make one out there in Florida, and they just came up with the name Alligator Alcatraz.
Damn. So it's not even built.
It's built.
Okay.
Yeah, it's built. It just it has like this inside of it. They have like these cages inside of it, and they have bunk beds inside of the cages, where they're gonna pretty much be having people sleeping in there and stuff like that.
Mike.
Mhm.
Right. If y'all don't know the oppressor is the devil, I don't know who is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, there's some evil stuff. I pray they're not putting. I pray they don't put anybody on there, but I pray they're not putting children on that island too, man. Damn, man. Salakia. Go ahead, sis.
Salakia, sir. Also the place where they're going to be housing, that Alcatraz Island, has just gotten flooded. So it started flooding inside of the facility.
Damn, that's crazy. It's gonna be horrible. The things, and we know, I think one of the dudes just came out to say he was getting tortured in El Salvador. He was, there's gonna be people that's missing, unalive. All these things are happening right now to the Lord's chosen people, and it's a horrible thing. But I'll say this: after all that information, whatever big bill they didn't sign, Negroes are still gonna celebrate 4th of July tomorrow. Latinos are still going to celebrate 4th of July tomorrow. Native Americans, any tribe, good night. I hope they probably the least of the tribes, but some Native Americans are going to celebrate 4th of July tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? They're going to grill. And that is like, the white man is so evil to have a study about Stockholm syndrome and not have started with Native Americans, and not have started with Black people, and not have, like, you didn't see this happen with us. We got 40 million people over here that celebrate Christmas, but no scientist was ever like, it's pretty crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of them ever thought in their mind that these people worship white Jesus after being slaughtered and raped and murdered for 400 years. That is way bigger than this little bank robbery. But when it happened to Edomites, I'm like, oh wow, we should study this. But they really have studied and they knew about it before, but they were never able to talk about it until it's like the fentanyl thing. You know what I mean? It's an opioid crisis. It's a disease, drug addiction. I said, yo, are you gonna put your? I'm gonna get you. You know what I mean? Like, it's a disease. You know what I mean? Like that. You didn't understand that during crack. They knew it when crack was happening. They just don't want to talk about it in that way until it happens to their people. Go ahead, though.
So, like I said, what you mentioned about our native brothers is so heavy because there's a book on the bookshelf where you can read about, like, during the early 1800s, you have a certain sects of Native American on reservations asking the white man to come teach them how to make clothes and farm. At the same time, you have the Comanches over here going to war with the U.S. Army during the same time. It's just like because they hadn't gone to that far to the west yet. You got people over here in the east
Right.
that have already been subjected to all this abuse and destruction, and then you still have the people over here fighting it
They
until
hadn't
it
been,
happens to them.
they hadn't been broken yet, is what you're saying. They still in the fighting over here. They like already like, hey, show us how to do. We don't know how to do nothing. We need your help. And they look up to them now. Yeah, that's crazy, man. And they didn't stop till they keep pushing until they get everybody. And they started building what's they called the boarding schools. I heard it was happening up until I think maybe the 1960s. I was gonna say 50s, 60s. You know what I mean? So they knew they had to do the most in order to like brainwash them to get that spirit out of them, cut their hair, all those things they do to try to destroy them. But yeah, they knew about Stockholm syndrome before this thing happened. They just were only able to talk about it when it happened to white people, because if they did this study around us, it would wake us up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And so, but that's another double thing. Like, they need their people to understand this too. So the study helps them. When they're reading it, they are looking at us. It's like the other, one more statement I see you as well, and we'll go for it for time's sake. The other one came out saying that your DNA holds trauma. What is that word called? It's called
It's epigenetics.
Epigenetics. That study, do you know what started it or what made them really reveal that this is happening to people and it has an effect, trauma?
Wait, then you know.
Oh, you remember? You know where they learn it from? You got it. No, brother, you got it. It's all right. It's quick. Anybody else?
The Jewish people after the Holocaust.
Exactly. It's an old Jewish woman. They studied her kids and realized they were acting like her, even though they didn't go through the Holocaust. And they're like, oh, DNA is transferring. Once again, they released the study and proved that this is happening, but they never knew that about Negroes, or no one's ever thought to go and look at us because they know that'll wake us up. So, but they need that information too, because they're like, damn, this happened to them. They only went through this. We know something's going on over here. So let's keep an eye on this. Watch this. All right. But for time's sake, let's go ahead and watch this video real quick.
And who does it affect? Stockholm Syndrome is a psychological phenomenon in which a hostage or abuse victim forms a bond with their captor or abuser. It can occur in any situation where an individual is held captive or abused by another person. Here's what you need to know about the symptoms, risk factors, and treatment options associated with Stockholm Syndrome. Symptoms of Stockholm Syndrome. Symptoms of Stockholm Syndrome can include positive feelings towards the captor or abuser, The victim may experience feelings of trust, affection, or even love towards their captor or abuser, often leading them to defend or protect their captor or abuser from law enforcement or other authorities.
Israel loves the oppressor. We hate each other. Love and affection towards your abuser. Keep going.
Negative feelings towards those trying to rescue them.
Hold on. I gotta catch that one. This is the whole reason. This part right here was, I was like, damn, when I saw that part. Negative feelings towards those trying to rescue them. That's us telling our people to come out of her, and they're going to be the ones that want to fight you more than an Edomite that can. They're going to be the ones that's going to battle you on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And on the internet is going to be black people that come up and say, nah, you got to love white people. These are good folks. Not all white people. That was in the past. You need to let that go. We're not oppressed. They're going to say all these things to you because they are so, they're so, what is it called? Victims of Stockholm syndrome. They are the definition of it.
The victim may feel anger or resentment towards law enforcement or other authorities who try to rescue them from their captor or abuser. Difficulty adjusting to normal life. After being rescued, the victim may struggle to adjust to normal life and experience feelings of depression, anxiety, and emotional detachment.
Damn.
Risk factors for Stockholm syndrome. Several
So damn near that can be twofold. It's like someone coming into the truth, you knowing the truth. Sometimes you think it's gonna be all good, but then it comes to it's almost like a depression. Like, damn, everything I thought was a lie. You know what I'm saying? I can't go back. It's like, damn, I was with my captive. They was feeding me. I know they was treating me wrong. They were robbing the bank, but I don't think they should do 50 years in jail. That's kind of the spirit behind it. It's like, damn, the police just shot him in the head because he was holding me captive. I feel bad for him. Tom wasn't a bad guy. It's like we are gonna damn near fight Christ from destroying these oppressors and everything else. I remember when Commander Johanna said, "Oh my damn, this is heavy." He said, "The oppressor is so evil," and I'm gonna put some precepts next. The oppressor is so evil. The things that need to happen to him, and we're such a forgiving and loving people, we would not do it to him with what needs to be deserved. I talked about this before. Like we would literally stop Christ and angels and say they had enough. You know what I'm saying? Even a brother like Mahokan, who was a brother with no mercy, like Karak. Imagine Karak being like, Salakia, sir, they've had enough. Imagine Tazabah being like, Salakia, Hawashai, this is enough. He like, Shema, this is not enough. You haven't seen everything they've done. And that's the type of things, like I said, we're hearing about all this stuff on the news. We know all the history. Imagine all the things that we haven't seen, the people that are lost. You know what I'm saying? So they are like saying, yeah, I don't think John should have got shot in the head. Yeah, he kidnapped me. Yeah, he robbed me, but he shouldn't have killed him. It's the same with us. It's like, they did do all these things for 400 years, but we don't have enough love and mercy for all the victims of their crime.
Right.
We're only seeing the good things in this white man, not realizing how much evil he's done collectively. All right.
risk factors can make an individual more susceptible to developing Stockholm syndrome. Length of captivity.
Damn.
The longer a victim is held captive,
Make it too far. You know what I'm saying? They was in there for a week, and after that, they kind of shake out. Damn, I was tripping. We shouldn't. He does need to go to jail. Like you can talk to them, a couple conversations. They're like, damn, yeah, I was so traumatized. I started to love John, and now I realize that I was tripping and I need some counseling. But you've been in here for a month. You've been in here for a year. You've been in somebody's basement for 5 years, and they've been bringing you cookies. You're like, well, damn, you really are going to cry because they're sending him to jail, the person that kidnapped. That's my mother. You know them stories about kids that get kidnapped real young, and they don't know that they're adopted, whether their mother is really the one that stole them. They're gonna cry when they find out that they're going to jail. You know what I mean?
captive, the more likely they are to develop Stockholm Syndrome. Age and gender.
Mm.
Victims who are younger or female may be more vulnerable to developing Stockholm Syndrome.
I didn't even watch this video. You know what I'm saying? The woman is the weaker vessel. Satan went in the garden and went to Eve first. They can do evil to women and still be loved by women because they're playing on their nurturing nature. You know what I'm saying? And that is clearly you're saying that like younger and women, children and women, that's the same thing in Willie Lynch. You want to destroy a community, you got to get to the women, to the children.
Isolation. Victims who are isolated from others during their captivity are more likely to develop Stockholm Syndrome. Trauma history. Victims with a history of trauma.
That's pretty much it. We can go. I'm sure it gets deeper and deeper, but Tom say, give me Isaiah 1 and 3. That what I want. Let's see. Ox knows. Now let's go to. Yeah, let's go to that first. All right. This thing right here.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know,
Right.
my people does not consider.
Ox and the ass are some of the most simple creatures on earth. The ox knows his owner. Like, read it again, my fault. I'm gonna read it with you.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
The ox knows who is telling him to go here, to stay here, come back, eat, stop, move. The ox is not a very intelligent animal, but it understands that. Keep going.
And the ass his master's crib.
Like, and the donkey understands even how to get to the house. The donkey knows who his master is. Keep going.
But Israel
Uh-huh.
does not consider.
Man, we are lower than the animals. We've been put into chattel slavery, free from chattel slavery, and then celebrate with the people on their day of freedom. Like, how do you do that? How do you celebrate their Independence Day? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. We don't even consider, we don't even know or don't even think about these things. Keep reading.
But Israel does not know,
Right.
my people does not consider.
Right. Keep going.
O sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity.
Right. We are laden with sin. Keep going.
A seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward.
Right. And I think I was talking about this earlier today. Like Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 talks about not the beginning was that's another precept, but the whole duty of the matter of life is to fear God. And it's like that can be broken down so far anyway. Just the fear of the Most High is so important because if you don't fear the Lord, you're going to do whatever you want. It says, fear God and keep his commandments. When we become a sinful nation laden with iniquity, we do all manner of evil. We are following these other nations. And it's saying that, what does it say? They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They have gone away backward. Like the Lord is not angry at us because he hates us. The Lord is angry at us because he loves us. He is like, I have got to utterly damn near destroy you people because you have gone so far away from me that I can't, I have to show you how wrong you are. You know what I'm saying? And so whenever we follow another nation, we end up worshiping their gods, they end up enslaving us. He wants our people to be free. He doesn't want us to be like this. So give me Jeremiah 2 and 14. Shop. But with this 4th of July, like I said, we'll do this in season because of what's going on. I hope that this is not like it should be uncool at this point. I don't know too many people. I guess it's probably gonna be some people out there, man. And it might be a couple of them coons that's voted for Trump celebrating. But outside of that, if you consider yourself any type of real nigga, like I can't imagine you going to the party but you're not celebrating. Hopefully that's what it is tomorrow. But we'll see. Somebody about to blow their damn hands off, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is trying to show you. You got something, sis? Go ahead. Yep.
Okay, sir. So I have a question. A lot of the people that are in the world will say, well, it's my day off.
Right.
So I just want to go ahead and just do something. Just
Right.
not every day off or something like that. How
Right.
would you approach that?
Right. Is there any question or just a statement?
I guess the question is that still, would that still be considered unlawful? And I say that because if they're going out,
Mm-hmm.
let's say that it's gonna go barbecue inside the house, that's what I said, it's gonna barbecue inside the house or at the park.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still celebrating it if they're not doing the firecrackers and stuff like that?
Yeah, once you start putting all those things together, you in the spirit of the 4th of July. You start putting firecrackers and grilling, you know what I'm saying? The 4th of July, right, is it's a sin to celebrate. It's basically worshiping another god, your oppressor, America, etc. Right? But we know that no idol is real. So the barbecue is not evil in the sin. The firecrackers are not evil in the sin. You can do firecrackers any time of the year. But when you're combining it with this, you're in the spirit of America that you don't want to barbecue on 4th of July. You want to get some Chinese food, like the general talk about that. Like for some reason, I'm not celebrating Thanksgiving, but I do want some yams. Like, why do you think all of a sudden you want yams out of the whole year? You like, I do got a craving for dressing and mac. Like, no, nigga, you celebrate Thanksgiving. Don't convince yourself you're not doing it. Get some Chinese food. Go to Pan Express. Get some whatever that is so far away from this. You don't want to be in that vibe, in that spirit. But is the actual act like in itself evil? No, because there's no power in that idol. But you can know the difference in the spirit of somebody that is, just might have even forgot and grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, Labor Day or one of them holidays had passed now recently. And like, hit the brother, oh, it was Father's Day. I literally didn't even know. But I'm like, man, we got to cook some tri-tip because we wanted to like try to make a recipe, me and Aisha Yard. You know what I'm saying? And Taza Ba was like, y'all, so I'm like, damn, I don't even know what day it is. Like that wasn't the spirit of vibe in that. It's just another day to us. But at the same time, you want to be careful of that and watch if that's what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's go ahead and read.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 14.
Right.
Is Israel a servant?
Is Israel what?
Is Israel a servant?
Keep going.
Is he a homeborn slave?
Huh?
Why is he spoiled?
Right. Like you shouldn't be a slave in your own land. You shouldn't be this brainwashed in your own home. And that's how Israel has become. We have become so slave minded and so far down this road of Stockholm syndrome that we are uncomfortable imagining anything else. Like they said, that depression of realizing that you are a victim and your oppressor is getting punished, and now you're not with them, is a depression. The children of Israel went through that when they left Egypt. They're like, man, we're gonna die out here following Moses. Let's go back into Egypt so we can at least have our flesh pots and our food instead of having to survive on our own and trusting in the Lord. Like this is where we are with holidays like this, that it shouldn't, how can I say it? It should have never been like, you almost get angry at your forefathers and foremothers. You know what I'm saying? But you have to forgive that ignorance, man. It's like, damn, y'all Negroes walked out of here. Did y'all know y'all was enslaved when who taught? You know what I mean? Like, I wanted them looking at my mom, like, damn, you knew 1776, you could do simple math. That was 100 years before they let you out of captivity. Why would you ever celebrate that day? But you become a homeborn slave. You love America still. You see Don King, he was a promoter, boxer with Mike Tyson. He always would wear the American flag. He's like, I love America. There's no greater place on earth than America. And seeing the things that is done, I think Don King used to walk with, I ain't gonna say he walked with, but I know he was associated not too far away from Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, any different leaders. He's seen all these things live and direct. They get killed by the government. He didn't care. Now, why didn't he care? Just to let you understand why he didn't go ahead.
Because he was getting paid.
There you go. And what's the precept to that? You got it?
It was just in my head.
It's all these evil things happening to his people. All this stuff is going on. He should feel this way, but he like, I love this place. He's getting paid.
There it is.
You got it.
A gift destroyed the heart.
Damn right.
There it is.
Oppression maketh a wise man mad, but a gift destroyed the heart. Like, he could give a damn about all the other things that happened to his people, even himself. Even you broke into my house. I got flour, I got chocolate chips, I got everything I need to make biscuits on my own. You know what I'm saying? I live here. I got waffles, all this in my house. I can eat. You break into my house, put me in the basement. After about 6 months, you take some cookies and make them with my flour and chocolate chips and give them to me. You're like, you ain't not that bad of a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that. Them cookies meant a lot to me. It's because you have been so deprived of anything, you appreciate the crumbs they giving you. Like Don King, if he really was a wise man, the millions of dollars that he's getting in America, he should be like, if I'm this smart to become a millionaire after being a goddamn slave, I should be a multi-billionaire. Like, I don't appreciate this $1 million that America gave me. Damn America. Damn this government. Damn these people. I am worth more than that. If I'm this great in this kingdom after being out of slavery, I deserve more. Like, we will be happy with a casino. And there are going to be some Gadite or Native brothers say, yeah, we got our casino. We good. We're not mad at this. Like, if they can afford to give you that, how much more money and wealth have they accumulated off of your land? You know what I'm saying? So a gift destroyed the heart. That's how we become a homeborn slave. Precept 4. Let's go to Psalms 137 and 3. It's a good one. Got a couple more. 840.
So Psalms
137 and 3. And probably gonna end on Acts 19. Pretty soon. That's how we have 1 hour.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 3.
Right.
For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
Right. So in the first verse, it talks about how by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. Are you talking now? It's a lie. Okay. What's Zion in Christ? He getting ready. What's Zion in Christ? That's the first time I heard him say something. Read verse 1 for me. I'm just going to have you read it.
Verse 1.
All right.
By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 2, we hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof.
Right. People that have a memory of freedom, this is at least the spirit they have. They're like, man, their harps, their guitars, whatever they play, They put them on the thing. They in tears. They like in mourning in the fact that this is the condition that they're in. And this is explaining it why. Further read verse 3.
Verse 3, for there they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
Right. They require. It's an order. Y'all know that if you watch different movies about slavery, they have something called like reckless eyeballing. And you can't look a slave master in the eye. You gotta keep your eyes open. And you couldn't frown. They were like, fix your face. Like, you can't be mad. Like, you better smile. So in slave movies, you know what I mean? Or they make all them like that jovial, like joking, lively. That was forced upon them. It's gonna read it first. You can go ahead, you can help teach too. Most High Christ. Most High Christ. Let's keep it going. But he said that they required us of a song. They made us celebrate. Right. They made us become joyous. That's what happened to us with Christmas. They made us celebrate these holidays. They made us celebrate 4th of July to entertain them. And they also work you so many days that when you get this day off, you start to love it. It's the same way. Our people today, we feel like, okay, I got the day off. I want to spend it with my family. I'm not necessarily celebrating 4th of July, but you want to remix it and make it Kwanzaa. You want to make Christmas something different. And it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why you're doing it is because you're a slave. You enjoy the day off. Be happy that we take all the days off that we can, or the overtime pay or the double time pay. But don't put your spirit into that holiday. Take the day to, you know what I'm saying? Even when I was in the world, man, 4th of July one year, I cut my hair into a mohawk. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I was like, I'm in protest. I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with it. You know what I mean? I never had that before. It was an ugly, I just straight just went. You know what I mean? But go ahead. And they that wasted us.
And they that wasted us required of us mirth.
Right. What is that mirth? Go ahead. Yeah, that's a heavy one, man. Like they required of us, they demanded that we be happy in our captivity, in our slavery. And if you're not, you're getting punished. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 4, how shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land?
Right. And so we're just going to drop down. This is some of my favorite verses for verse 7.
Verse 7, remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundations thereof.
Right. This is the song that we sing in the UPK, man. We're not, we go to our slavery, we gotta do what we gotta do in order to survive in this place. But we are remembering, we are lamenting over the things that happen to our people, and we crying to the Lord saying, remember these children of Edom that cried out and begged or pleaded to destroy our whole culture, our whole nation of people. They found joy in our destruction. Keep going. Verse 8.
Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
Right. This is not Stockholm syndrome. This is somebody that's waking up and realizing, I've been in this basement for 10 goddamn years. I've been taking a number 2 in this bucket over here. You know what I'm saying? Damn the cookies you get. They're my cookies anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I happy about these cookies? You looking at your sister that's in here living with you, and she's like, he's not that bad. He did let us go to the backyard a couple times. He did give us the day off. Remember when he grilled? That was on 4th of July. We should still keep that day. You know what I'm saying? He got a new job. He celebrated his new job. We celebrate him every year. He got a new job. He got independence. He got more money. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times when you get into these battles, you deal with these people on TikTok or wherever you at, they always they use the advantage of this being such a big crime. The things that happen to us is so big, they're hiding in the crowd of it being so big.
Right.
And they're minimizing it because it's confusing because it's so big. But if it's very small, it's very simple, it's very straightforward, you can understand what's happening. Go ahead. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm likening it to a house, someone kidnapped and living in the basement. You can understand that. You can wrap your mind around that. You can't battle that. But when it's 40 million black people, 50 million Native Americans, is 100 million Latinos, what are you talking about? Forget it. Let it go. Like, that's way worse than one nigga in the basement.
So,
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
like what you're saying is so heavy about it being so big that they can hide behind it. It's like blacks, Latinos, and natives. It's just like we don't like, on a daily basis we forget about the evil that they've done to us. Like even myself personally, the times I have to reignite my hatred for them is I have to like. There's plenty of books you can find first-hand statements from slaves, from Native people about the evils of what white people did to them. And it's just like just listening to how they were so nonchalant about the evil things, like it's just like not just the rape and the murder, killing their brothers, their fathers, taking babies from their mothers.
Right.
It's like so much that it's just like we want to. It's traumatizing for us to even want to remember it.
Exactly.
So we try to forget it, and it's just like that's something that we can't do.
Nah, that's deep with it, brother. Yeah. And yeah, that is an example. Like you said, that trying to forget it is a lot of, they have victims that talk about that. Like it's called like repressing your trauma. It's almost like it didn't happen. And then a certain smell will remind them, and then all those memories come back. Like, damn, my father was coming in the room and molested me they didn't black that out of their mind. They don't even want to go down that road because it's so painful. And that's like you said, you have to like sometimes reignite your fire to realize, okay, and that's what happens every few years when a George Floyd happens. It's like, and they know it. You know what I'm saying? I remember I gave a ride to a Hamite driving Uber, and she was telling me about her life in Kenya and then talking about a little bit of things about America. At some point in time, she was like, I work with these white people. I am a maid in their house or whatever. I be in their house. And she says they always have talks and they are scared that black people will come and kill them. You know what I'm saying? For what they've done to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they know it's like a powder keg. They say it's like you put that spark up and it's in us. You know what I'm saying? Like we forget. Like you almost like I'm not that mad at Todd ain't that. I watched the Super Bowl and then it's like, damn, what they did to George Floyd? Like, damn it, I forgot. Let's go kill. You know what I mean? Like they know it's like one or two things away, and it's the same with the Native Americans. It's the same with the Latinos, and that's why being in the truth, like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they have never done the crimes they have to us to any other people, and they know us linking up together and us, it's something in us that it can never wipe this away. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes we do got to remind ourselves that movie Goodbye Uncle Tom does it for me. Tell the Children Our Story does it for me. The Bible does it for me. Like you read stuff like this, you realize, what they did in 70 AD was atrocious to the point where people were eating their kids. They starved us out. You know what I'm saying? They did so many things to us that we can never forget. You know what I'm saying? That's what this job. That's why Black Watch is so important. That show is very strategic in the truth, and it's mandatory to watch because it's keeping you updated. It's keeping that fire. That's what Black Watch is for. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's every Monday. If you thought this was 400 years ago, they just ran over two niggas. Y'all saw that one? Last week, you know what I'm saying? If you thought it was cool, he saw a little black girl in front of the house. He was like, yeah, I'd kill you if I was on like that. Don't forget, this is current. It ain't just that long ago. And this is what they're doing in civilized society. This is not what they're doing when there's no cameras and no rules. What's like read it? Read verse 9. Yep.
Verse 9, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Yeah, that's a hard one. And that one right there is also what ties into why women can get into Stockholm Syndrome more. Children and women can get into Stockholm Syndrome more because that seems so inhumane to a mother, inhumane to a woman, that even to men, like I said, it's like, damn, how can this be of the Lord? You know what I'm saying? How can this be right? How can this be righteous? And it's oftentimes I say it like this. It's like punishing your child. My son may do something and I punish him and I get on him. He start crying after that. I'm like, hey, come here. Let me explain to you why you did this and why I did this. This is wrong. I didn't just beat you because I was emotional and angry. I did this for a reason. And oftentimes women are not the best at disciplinary because they just snap. They're kind, and they snap and they let all their frustration on them. It's not something usually strategic to like guide this kid and lead him somewhere. And that's because they're not built for warfare. It's like they killed George Floyd, his mama will come out and shoot the cop in the head today. That's the emotional response. A soldier's like, okay, this cop is a part of a system. We need to go to war with them. This is strategic. We're not going on a suicide mission. We need to get all of them. And it's not because I just want to go out here and kill a whole bunch of people, but it's to protect all these other people over here. Right. That's why we're doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not we just woke up and like, hey, white people just smash white babies. Like, no. It's like the Lord put this in here because they have done something so egregious that this is just. Right. And it's almost hard for someone to comprehend that if you forget. You know what I'm saying? And it's not an emotional thing. Christ is not just doing this as a brash thing. There are kids disappear, 40,000 kids disappear right now. And no one knows their story. Somebody's in the middle of Saudi Arabia right now that got shipped from East Oakland last week, and we don't know their story. We don't know their pain. And the Lord's watching this, and it's like, yeah, these people, they deserve everything that's coming to them. You know what I'm saying? But let me see if I'll close out anything. Give me 2 Timothy 2:26. It's like, nah, don't do that. So, you know, they use that against that woman to stand up for their oppressor and say, nah, he don't deserve that. Don't kill that. Don't unalive that baby. Why are you doing that? Go ahead.
I think the heaviest thing about that scripture right there is like when I was not in the truth,
right.
I had a battle with my father about that scripture.
Right.
Just looking back on it, like it shows me just how much of a feminine spirit men that are not in the truth truly have.
Right.
Because like you said, I was battling that like a woman or a Christian. It's just like that's wrong. We're supposed to forgive.
Right.
Why would I be happy for killing a baby, you know?
Right.
And it's just like when you come to the truth, it's just like you reignite and you have that understanding of just how righteous it actually is.
Right.
Like, because it truly is justice for the evil things that they've done. Like it's like you said, there's so many things that they've done to us that even if you just look into 1%, like 1% of it, you can see it's like, okay, they've already done worse than that.
Right.
Like that's a quick death.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, so,
you know what I'm saying? That and the cool part about it is, you know, what shows me this part two, the spirit behind this is my whole entire life I've heard let what they call them the oldest generation, the greatest generation, let them die. Then now it's let the baby boomers die. You know what I'm saying? Next thing gonna be like let Gen X die. Right. Then let Gen, you know what I'm saying? The millennials die. Like then it's gonna be fixed. They keep saying it. But Dylan Roof was 19 and went in that church and killed 10 black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a very young Edomite. And there is it's like, yeah, he's gonna go up and do it. It's like the Lord knows. It's like it's not you know what I mean? It's not by happenstance. We know what he's gonna do. They proving you time and time again that there's something in them that can't stop. It's a perpetual hatred. And the other precept for that was Psalms 58:3, I believe. They go estranged from the womb, telling lies. This is something deeper than just something they learned. They always say racism was taught and learned. If you teach them, they're gonna learn to love black people. It's not the case. They're not washing this out. It's literally something in their DNA that makes them haters. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. So that's the spirit behind that precept as well. Go ahead up, Titus. Oh no, 2 Timothy 2:26. Let's go up a little bit. My fault. Let me go to verse. Let's go 25.
This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 25. In meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves. If God peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth. Verse 26, and that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will.
Right. So, like the mercy that Christ had for our people and our nation, that the Lord has for us, is looking at this group celebrate something wrong, celebrate something evil. And just the fact that you're willing to do it shows how much of a victim you are, which is worthy of me giving you mercy. I'm trying to say it one more time. It's like this young kid is going out and just killing all these people in Chicago. But he sat and watched his father get killed. He sat and watched his best friend get killed. He watched his mom use drugs. He watched everything in his life that was full of trauma. And it's wrong for him to got 5 bodies, 10 bodies. But when you see him as that child, as a victim of all these things, it's like, all right, I'm willing to give you another shot. Right. And maybe you shouldn't do life in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you lock someone in a basement and they come out and they beat their wife, should you judge him the same as someone that grew up in a nice home? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that judgment? Should that be? Is that even judgment? They love to give the oppressors, what is that called? He had a mental health issue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he went into school and shot 10 people, but should he get the death penalty? He had mental health problems. Like, they know how to have mercy for their people, and they're willing to be understanding. But we don't get that mercy in America. When if anyone should get that understanding of why you in Chicago killing a gang of people, like even when it comes to the LGBT community, this is the last thing I close on this. When it comes to the LGBT rainbow community, they hate black men today. We know this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the biggest enemy of them, and they want to put us in the category of oppressors or with the white man. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all always fighting against us. Y'all hate Dwayne Wade. Y'all hate, you know what I'm saying, Magic Johnson's son. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hate things in our community, and even white men accept the LGBT community. Asians accept it. Africans damn near about to start accepting it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like black men in America, Jamaicans, y'all still not going with this fully, even though it's a good part of us that do, but the ones in our community that are going against us, are going against it, they hate us for that, right? But I'm like, if you are so intelligent, you should know the history of buck breaking. You should know of what they've done to black men for hundreds of years to at least understand why they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a man was like, I don't think women should just put all men in a group and say, we hate men, but I understand it. You know what I'm saying? You can understand that women have been raped, been beat, not their teeth knocked out. You know what I'm saying? They lied to, finesse. caught STDs. I could get why some women that have been abused don't like men as a group. They can't understand, even if they believe it's wrong, while we don't rock with y'all. You know what the hell y'all have done to us? We should have a reason. We victims of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But y'all want to be like, oh, these people are hateful group. Nah, white people are a hateful group. Go to them. We should be the last ones on your list to be trying to correct and say, oh, you're wrong for being homophobic. Like, nah, these niggas are victims. It's the same thing when it comes to living in this place. Like, if anyone should get mercy, it should be this cat from Harlem that has gone and done this mission. He shouldn't go to jail as long as somebody else in another situation. They shouldn't have fired the baby for making $44 million because he said something they believe was homophobic. Like, how hateful is that? This nigga come out of slavery, y'all stole everything from him. He barely made it out of the hood, they would support his family. You're gonna destroy his career as a white man because he said something against some, I was gonna say that word, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get another thing. You know what I mean? Because he said something against y'all.
So like I said,
How evil is that? Go ahead.
So like I said, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he said something about just gay people having AIDS.
Yeah. He's like, shout out to niggas that ain't got no AIDS, and if you ain't blowing ride, shout out to y'all. You ain't in the parking lot. And I think he was literally dissing one person individually that he didn't like, but they made it about the whole community and literally destroyed his brother's career at the height of his career. So read this again, how I'm tying this to it. We'll get up out of here. And they that may recover themselves, right?
Verse 26. And that they may recover.
I gotta do the kind. Read verse 25 again to get the context of what you said.
Verse 25.
Right.
In meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves, if God peradventure.
Right. So maybe look up that word. I'm gonna look up that word real quick to get the context of that. Like when we teaching our people in the world, we do have to have like a humbleness and a meekness against them because they will fight against us. This is the mercy that Christ had for us. Peradventure is perhaps. So God perhaps will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth. Like, even though they're fighting against you, you know what I'm saying? Instructing those that oppose and teaching them that oppose, maybe God will have them mercy and they'll turn away and come to truth. Stop celebrating for this lie. Stop celebrating Christmas. Stop doing these things as World War III and Christ returns and get into the kingdom. Read verse 26.
Verse 26. And that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil.
Right, that snare of the devil is gonna make you go slide on the house, gonna make you sell that dope, gonna make you do the scamming, gonna make you do all these things the Lord don't want you to do. You now get out of the snare. Keep going.
Who are taken captive by him at his will.
Right. So then Christians can make this super spiritual. You've been captive by the devil, living in sin. Like, nah, we literally captives by the devil, right? And we're living in sin because of that. Right. You know what I'm saying? We in his nation trying to figure it out and doing all manner of evil and wickedness. If we get an opportunity to see and find that there is more to this, then that's why Christ is willing to give us a second shot. You know what I'm saying? That's him saying, okay, they got mental illness. He did enough crimes against them that they deserve another shot. Now, with that second shot, brothers coming to the truth, sisters coming to the truth, definitely don't play with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that was a good precept before earlier. Like, don't take his weakness as being truly weak, because it's more powerful in that weakness. That's how powerful he is. He's like, I laid down my life. Christ said that as gangster. Like, y'all didn't kill me. I could call 10 legions of angels to come deal with this. I let that happen. That's scary. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's a cold nigga.
So on the topic of Stockholm syndrome, I was reading today The Delectable Negro, and in The Delectable Negro, it was talking about a man came up with these two words. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of drawing a blank to it, but he came up with these two words where basically, if a slave ran away, he called it a disease. Mm. And one of the name that he called the disease was
Oh, it was a disease to run. Damn.
Yeah. It was called. Yeah, it was. They call it deraptomena. Yeah, and it's called or the disease causing Negroes to run away.
Dang.
Yeah, and it's in the delectable Negro. I'll bring it next time. So
That's the type of stuff that it's like you don't know this. You let that fire go. You start learning it. Like, how could you? That's a. I mean, that is that. Like I said, pimp culture is very. When you really analyze it,
drapetomania.
you want to be crazy. You crazy because you want to be free. Like pimping is another one. Like I said, you always make it in a small little scale. You can see it a little bit more. It's like imagine the pimp being like, you crazy. You would not stay here. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go to the blade. You crazy. But they really come up with terms. They call them, you know what I'm saying? Like something wrong with her. She want to go off and leave. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like something wrong with you. That is what Esau was doing. Like, yeah, you tripping. If you don't want this, you don't like my oppression. You didn't. That shows you how evil they are. And as a son, like I said, I've heard it before, but I forgot about that. But yeah, that's their spirit. But with that, unless there's anything else, we'll go ahead and close off the class. We'll go to do the security announcements real quick to close out. Fine. Wow, shit's locky. Prince first. The water.
These are the ISPPK security announcements. We are the ISPPK under Commanding General Yohana, start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. There's a rule for new brother or sister in the school. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Next one is tithes. This is a commandment. It is ma'asharah, means 10th in the Hebrew. You can find this in the scriptures of Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Go to isppk.com and click the donate, brother, to send your tithes.
Mm-hmm.
The next is the priest fund. This is a free will offering for priests. It is not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to choose. So you can contact the teacher or our camp leader to know where to send the money for the priest fund.
Right.
The Holy Convocation, I believe, is going to be the one of the trumpets.
September, yeah.
It's going to be the blowing of the trumpets, which is Sunday, the 21st of September, 2025.
Right.
If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, you must start to wear all black. That's boots, shirts, pants, and a headband or scarf.
Before you go to that, is that the last part of that? Okay. Last thing I'm gonna say on this one precept I didn't get to, but Acts chapter 19. I'm not gonna break it down, but I will go in and look into there between 18 and 19. But 19 starts breaking down how Paul was coming to this town and teaching, and people stopped buying idols and they wanted to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. And it's something very key to also understand these holidays, that these things are made to make them money. And when we stop doing it, it messes up their business. So they don't care about the holiday. They don't care about selling those candles that, you know what I'm saying, our Latino brothers buy in these Catholic, religions. The candle is to make money. You know what I'm saying? It's a business selling idols to people. And all the fireworks, all the barbecue, all those things that's going to get sold tomorrow, they always rejuvenate their economy with these holidays and worshiping other gods. And so, yeah, that's a good one to get into. I know I talked to Captain Baum. Then I want to start bringing precepts quiz next week. Like, hey, what's this? What's that? I mean, but y'all keep going. It's like it. That was it on that.
Okay. Men of Israel, a modern needs to rise. Stand.
You want to do it from right there?
Come, search for it. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the teacher of the class. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Barakatah.
How about Shem Yahshua?
Men of Israel, we're going to start, turn face the sisters. Men of Israel, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters online and here at the school. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Adama Shem Yahshua.
Yahweh Shema Latah Hashem Yahushai.
Yom Dismissed.